The Decline of the Manosphere, a social analysis by PAG. What caused the demise of the Manosphere? A considerable number of Manosphere members seem to be perplexed by this and are presently expressing their frustrations vehemently. I wish to elucidate this significant enigma. What is the rationale for the transition to religion within the Manosphere? Initially, nationalism served as a proxy deity for this community, endowing the nation-state with transcendent significance and purpose. Similarly, the rigidity and dogma of philosophy and religion fervently bound themselves to the notion of the nation-state. Such frameworks offered a sanctuary of unwavering rules amidst a tumultuous world. However, left-wing progressives have long triumphed over the right in the cultural conflict, leaving right-leaning individuals in a state of frustration and disenchantment. Their reaction is not surprising, for if one's ideological team loses its grip on power, a natural response is anger and confusion. Nietzsche posits that religion renders pain bearable by framing it as divine intention and a catalyst for atonement. In this view, the Manosphere's retreat into religious and philosophical dogmas reflects an attempt to find solace and coherence in a world seen as disintegrating around them. It's telling that conservatism and libertarianism within these circles exhibit a profound level of folly, clinging to past certainties. Christianity, for example, built its success on the appealing notion of personal immortality, proposing that each individual's life and death held cosmic significance. This belief system offers a quick fix to existential dilemmas, as it reassures adherents of their intrinsic value in a larger cosmic play. Conservatism has consistently proven to be an ineffective strategy in contemporary society. At the core of conservatism lies a paralyzing timidity, a fear of change, and a yearning for constancy. In any given year, even if conservatives exert maximum effort to maintain the status quo and thwart 80% of liberal initiatives, liberals still attain a 20% success rate. Meanwhile, conservatives remain stagnant with a 0% success rate. To sell a new ideology or even a new house to a liberal individual, one emphasizes liberty, investigation of novel designs, and cost-effectiveness that caters to an evolving society. In contrast, conservatives resist change unless reassured of its alignment with traditional obligations and personal values, often stemming from a fear disguised as a strategic outlook. The objective appears to be to use science and medicine to rid society of perceived undesirables through controversial means, such as microbiome rebalancing or fecal transplantation, should they decline new treatments. While this fictional scenario may seem extreme, it sheds light on a broader social concern: how scientific narratives are sometimes co-opted to justify extreme ideological stances. In the absence of feasible external conflict, conventional religion provides these individuals a means to pacify the cosmic energy that arises within each of us. This energy, driven by an unquenchable thirst for life and desire, can be an origin of significant suffering. The most effective method to alleviate this existential pain is through art, which serves to translate these tumultuous energies into tranquility. Thinkers like Nietzsche have noted that those capable of wielding their will to power toward self-creation and truth are engaging in the highest form of human endeavor. This transformation turns the relentless drive for dominance into a more constructive force. As artists make the intangible visible and appealing, perhaps we too can borrow from their methodologies to adapt and find aesthetic pleasure and tranquility amid chaos. Manosphere websites have consistently been unreliable sources of information. Often compared to crayon drawings by those less fortunate in intellectual matters, they illustrate a drive to impose values and judgments upon the world, acts that echo Nietzsche's will to power. Ironically, while these online spaces sought to assert social and sexual dominance, they were essentially engaging in a form of artistic creation, riddled with absurdity and pretense. Rouche, a central figure in the Manosphere, previously erased these crude illustrations, recognizing their vacuity. Yet art retains its value. It offers deeper insights into value creation and should inform life, not just lie confined to galleries. Without the illusions provided by art, our capacity for deception, honed by science's stark exposure, would make the truth unbearable. Hence, art cushions us from our raw, unfiltered realities, turning truth into a palatable and life-affirming force. Roosh's recent maneuvers within the community reflect Nietzschean theories about the exercise of power, mixing compassion and cruelty. Inflicting harm, as Roosh did by erasing follower contributions, crudely asserts dominance yet invites retribution. Instead, Nietzsche suggests inducing indebtedness. A quieter, more insidious technique strengthens one's influence and authority over others. Roosh's deliberate dismantling of his previous platforms exemplifies the manifestation of the will to power through self-overcoming, a drive to redefine and transform oneself, reaching upward toward a more enlightened state. The Manosphere has been a Pandora's box, unleashing discontent and misunderstanding as much as radicalized ideologies. This online dissent, while fostering toxic narratives, inadvertently gave scholars insight into phenomena like inceldom, a culture grappling with so-called obscured truths through frameworks like red and black pills. These frameworks arise from an ever-expanding seduction industry that sold fantasies of attraction, catalyzing communities built upon frustrating realities and unrealized desires. Despite the movement's hyperbolic nature, its crises spotlight societal issues of intimacy, hierarchy, and belonging. Some adherents, notably on the autistic spectrum, misuse scientific studies to reinforce unjustified biases about physical appearance being the primary determinant of social fortunes. Interestingly, ignorance and bias can be catalysts for truth by pushing intellects toward unconventional paths, much like philosophic inquiry, which may seem impractical, yet profoundly enhances our mental capabilities. This parallel to Manosphere experiences underscores an unintended yet significant countercultural lesson. In questioning flawed systems, we sharpen our critical faculties. The discussion on autism within Manosphere narratives merits scrutiny. Autism is not a mere oddity, but involves profound social and processing challenges requiring dedicated intervention. Misunderstanding this condition risks framing incels and related behaviors as inevitable outcomes, ignoring systemic missteps and the scope of individual agency. The red pill, more recently co-opted by far-right groups to conjure notions of awakening, reflects a perilous entanglement with conspiracies and gender supremacist ideologies, demanding critical examination and societal vigilance. Manosphere content serves as a cautionary tale, a gateway to radicalization and subsequent societal condemnation. Belief systems endorsing misogyny wrapped in victimhood narratives merit rigorous critique and rejection. The responsibility falls upon us to dismantle these echo chambers, facilitating genuine discourse that encourages progressive exploration of human potential beyond rigid dichotomies. As Culture Whiz elucidates the fabric binding literature and humanity, in embracing this interconnectedness, we redeem intellect's role as a beacon toward understanding and growth.